And so now here comes Tony Pedregon and Jack Beckman. The funny car, Lucas Oil Ladder. Cruz Pedregon will face Tommy Johnson Jr., Melanie Troxel, and Tim Wilkerson. Wow, that's going to be huge. Both are great cars right now.
Big matchups here, including the one on the starting line now, and also Ron Capps going to take on Robert Hight in that other matchup.
And this will be a rematch. We just take you back 2 weeks of round one at Memphis, and that one, Tony lost.
Paul, all season long we've talked to Tommy DeLago, Johnny West, the crew chiefs on Jack Beckman's car, and they've told us that in the warm conditions they have had a very good car, a very quick and a very fast car. But in the cooler conditions they've struggled just a little bit, and it's a cool weekend despite the fact that the sun shines down. Only 99 degrees on the track right now. They say they are getting better in conditions like this. They're not exactly where they want to be. They've twisted a couple of knobs here to try to quicken this car up just a bit and take out Tony Pedregon to keep this championship fight alive for Jack Beckman.
And Mike Dunn, you point out that in the fall, the angle of the sun, even though it's bright out there, it's not heating the track as fast.
The sun doesn't stay out on that rubber as long, so it doesn't get as greasy as it would in the summertime months. So the track conditions, even though that track temperature starts to get up, it is still much tighter than what we would see in July or August. Whoa.
And it goes away right away for Tony Pedregon. Jack Beckman, a 406 at 303, moves to the semifinals.
Wow, that was a shock.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. I mean, looked like Tony Pedregon never even he left the starting line and had way too much wheel speed early, and then just drove right up into tire smoke. Conditions were as good as you could want, and yet they just either they missed it or they had a mechanical problem, which is they've been having some problems with that car recently, and it might have bit them on that run.
Dave Reese, what does Johnny West think about that?
Well, Johnny West is pretty darn happy about seeing a win light down there. Still trying to get this car a little quicker in conditions like this. Is that about what you were looking for?
Yeah, we didn't want to oversmart ourselves. The track's getting really hot and gooey right now, so we just wanted to go back to where we did in qualifying, try and repeat there, and it's doing pretty fair. It's talking to us, and we're listening for once.
But to Gary Gerald.
And with Jack Beckman, after he sees Robert Hight and he knocks off Tony Pedregon, go out. Obviously, that's good news. Now you've got Ron Capps in the next round. Do we dare talk about team orders?
Yeah, we can talk about it all you want. You go over and convince Ace McCulloch he's got to lay down. We can't do it at Schumacher Racing. Don won't allow it. Now, I'm not saying final round of Pomona if somebody's got a shot at the championship, but with 4 different major sponsors, you can't do it. And then you got to remember, you got 8 guys on each car that are tied to a bonus if we can get to the semis or further. Ain't anybody giving up that bonus money. We're racing heads up. I'm glad we've got lane choice. I'm so glad to see them win, but we got to keep going for Valvoline, for Mail Terminal Services, and for those guys that are working on my car. Thank you so much.
Okay, are you guys convinced?